How you guys doing? This is important in reference to the laws against government and their accusations. They're still trying to claim that they thought I was just a common citizen. Do you understand that? These people are in government are claiming they didn't have records of who I am and who my parents are. And what these government people have done was covered up their abuses of them stalking me, terrorizing me, their activity of trying to provoke arguments, meaning like me having to bitch and complain about their surveillance. They're trying to claim that they thought that they had gotten into my life and thought they discovered something in their accusations. And they tried to manipulate words and illegal altering of information that they got from their illegal terrorism and abuses, like me having to bitch and complain, telling them to leave me alone, to stay away. I don't like none of their activities. Not going to join their political parties. Not going to donate no monies to their political parties. Not allowed to. The American government owed my father a lot of money from the 70s or the 60s. The activity of these government people, the timeline does not start when they thought they could make up an accusation. They are violating laws of protection. These people claim they thought they were interrogating somebody. Look up the record where it says the government is not allowed to try to interrogate me at all. Their activities is communism. Their activities is fraud and attempts of murder. Look up the information. These people claim they were trying to interrogate my father in reference to how he made money in business or the entertainment industry, why he was only, not only, but why he used certain celebrities for certain roles in movies. Because scripts are written based on what a writer writes. These people was terrorizing my father. And a lot of times writers that write a script, they choose the character that they want in the script. So if you didn't know, it's not just producers or directors that make decisions for what character they're trying to put in a film. The writer usually has somebody in mind of what the person looks like, what the person's character is, and what the person's background is in reference to the character that somebody has to play. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that's their real background at all. It's not a biographical depiction of a person in some acknowledgments of things. Meaning like they use certain actors for certain types of movies or certain types of music or certain types of careers based on their qualities or their voice or their demeanor or their activity of how they carry themselves or whether they can dance, whether they can do different types of dance, whether they can sing certain songs, whether they can say certain things or use certain accents. That's what writers look for in certain characters. But these men had murdered my father because of these men trying to get into the entertainment industry when it's the writers of scripts that determine certain characterizations. And the writers usually choose a certain character that they want the actor to portray. That doesn't mean a poor person. They means wants them to act like that particular person in a film or a fictional movie, of course, or fiction. So in reference to these people that was holding me and my mother and father hostage with their satellites back in the 60s or 70s, or in any other time too, the activity of them terrorizing my family history because these men was trying to steal the entertainment industry for their Nazi party or their Middle Eastern Nazi party when, they already got their Bollywood, so what the fuck are they trying to steal America's media for? It's total bullshit. Those people need to get prosecuted. But in reference to the history of these thieves and murderers, when writers determine certain scripts, and writers write certain scripts for, they're choking me right now. Writers write certain scripts for certain people from either their own race or a person that can act as a character of that race in a certain look, a certain activity of charisma, the activity of a person's ability to be a particular character. So in reference to people that choose people for film, they choose people that have an education history. Some people that have cultural history of, the performing arts, like dance. There's urban dance, there's classical dance, there's different types of dancing, and then they choose certain other things about a character. But these men was trying to get into the entertainment industry, and these men had already been terrorizing and stalking other celebrities even back in the 60s. These psycho men. And some of these men was in court because the government back then was better than what it is now, obviously. They had people in court, and they had to confess whether they were working for a communist German party that was trying to steal America back in the 50s and 60s. Some of these people that are doing this to me are some of those people from those court cases when they had tried to steal the media and the blackball list of criminals that faked their identities, and they were faking their race, not for entertainment purposes. They were trying to steal the identities of executives and business people and celebrities in America. And some of these people are from branches of American government, and they're illegal foreigners that are conspiring against the laws of America. These government people are. Some of them look white, some of them are German, some of them are Middle Eastern Germans. See, some of these people bred with other races intentionally to try to steal America. These Germans and the German mixes of Middle Easterners or whatever. It wasn't because they wanted to support the friendliness of America. These people was trying to steal America and trying to rip off the country with their superiority complex of their activities of trying to dominate other people's lives. And that is bullshit, and it's illegal. It's 100% illegal for these people to be doing these things. And it is a crime, and their people need to get prosecuted. But these people will try to say something like, oh, what makes you so special? Why? Well, some people have production companies. And some people know people pretty well. And some people have a different image of certain characters that they want to see in a film. People they've worked with before, people that they know, people that have went to performing arts schools, people that have certain talents, is why they choose certain people that are easy to work with. Not people that are assholes all the time. I mean, celebrities and entertainers, they got their egos too, which is good. They have their certain directional opinions of things, which is good. And sometimes that works good in films. Some people have a cocky attitude, and that works in films too. Some people have a soft, romantic style. All the different genres. Some people have a comedy activity. Some people have certain types of subtle humor, or moderate humor, or even extreme humor or comedy. There's all different types of levels and all different types of characters that writers look for in portraying a character. What they look for in a certain type of artist, whether they're easy to work with, whether they're hard to work with, whether the director's hard to work with, whether the writer's hard to work with, whether anybody's hard to work with. And then you find the in-between, what works and what doesn't work. What's too much, what's not enough, what's this, what's that. And then productions, are usually in activities, and then, they see how it goes. Like you've heard about some actors being in a film, but then they dropped the film and moved on to another film because of whatever irreconcilable differences or something, So in reference to the activities of, the performing arts and People that are writers, they usually write things for people that they've worked with, people that they know, people that they know that can perform a certain character, or a person that can, sing a certain types of song, or sing certain types of musical, whether it's opera, R&B, hip hop, country, or pop music or whatever. So in reference to the entertainment industry, and writers choose certain characters or certain actors or actresses for their own vision. I mean, other people have certain visions of their own scripts or opinions of things, and everybody's a critic in some way, right? That's what it seems like. But the point of information is these people trying to murder people, trying to steal people's identities, these people trying to steal property and land. It's just totally absurd. These people don't have a right. They won't ever have a right. And their people need to get prosecuted for their crimes. The activities of what they have been doing, their abuses, is totally absurd. The fact that government or people trying to bully me, government trying to steal my revenues from the media, the government trying to deny who I am, it's total bullshit. These people trying to claim that they thought they were the most documented person in American film, when my identity is documented in all the films from the studios and commercials and TV shows, because I own the companies of some media and technology. So in reference to, which is all copywritten too, and this government man trying to play his tricks, trying to play his manipulations, is like some political dictator trying to steal America. And they don't have a right. And make sure you understand that most politicians in this country, they don't own very much. All these politicians trying to make bullshit laws or trying to make bullshit alterations to the country, their activity of mutilating and damaging people's faces and teeth, claiming they didn't think Americans had a right looking good, when this is America. The American flag says freedom. The Pledge of Allegiance says freedom. The Constitution says freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom of religion. And there is protection laws of religion. That means like one particular religion, or the German Christian religion, cannot attack the Catholics or Jews or the Buddhists. Meaning like they don't have a right coming into this country claiming that they were the white people of this country, when a lot of white people are Catholic and Jewish, some of them white complected, or light skinned, or other particular colors of people. These Germans, or these Middle Eastern Germans, or these dictators that got into government, they don't own much in this country, if anything at all. But then they're trying to boss around people that own things, people's families that have been in this country for numerous generations, and then they got some political party that's just trying to destroy everybody's lives, or they're trying to steal other people's land, or they're trying to steal other people's monies or benefits. It's totally bullshit, total bullshit. They have no legal right. Like this fucking man that keeps making it look like I got a big nose on all my fucking videos. You see how big my nose looks? See that? And they've made my nose look like it's pointy at the bottom when my nose naturally points up. But this man's been hitting me in the bridge of the nose, and he's been hitting me right here, damaging my nose. Now, what's that all about? This man's trying to steal my identity. And it's obviously somebody in the government that works with Photoshop type products or fish lens alterations or something. And I'm a historic figure of America, so anybody damaging or trying to alter my looks, they gotta get prosecuted. These men thought they'd come to America, or they came into the country, claiming they thought it was unfair that the citizens or people in this country have larger penises than the country their people came from. Well, this country's a different country. Politicians and government people do not have a right determining a man's penis size in this country. And my penis has been documented since I was born. And these men stole from my penis. They tried to steal my penis because the country they came from or what they were used to seeing among their race. They thought they would tear down another person from another race. That's bullshit. This is a first world country. If they wanted everybody to have smaller penises, they should go back to the country they came from where everybody already has smaller penises. In this country, there's some people with large penises. And you don't have a right damaging their life or torturing or mutilating or doing anything to them. That's like they'll say, well, in their country, they didn't have the best dentistry in their country. Doesn't give you no right to come into this country to fuck up people's teeth. And when I say dentistry, that doesn't mean somebody always having work done on their teeth. Dentistry can mean just the process of taking care of your own teeth through nutrition. That doesn't mean somebody, that thinks that, oh, it's unfair because they came into this country and somebody has nice big teeth. But they came from a country with people that had smaller teeth, so they're used to seeing people with smaller teeth from their own country, where they came from. But this country has a lot of people with big teeth. Certain races, certain ethnicities. And they don't have a right damaging big teeth or any other features of a person's anatomy. These government people. Because they wanted somebody to look like their race. So they wanted to mess up other people's looks. No, those people don't have a right being in America. They don't determine how tall a person can get or how short a person might be or how fat or how skinny somebody is. Their government agents don't have no right. Their activity of them abusing me, stealing from me, holding me hostage, trying to play their game is what they're doing. Not me. I don't play their games. Not never. Meaning they're playing this fucking Sim City satellite torture game like they're trying to tell somebody to get up out of their seat, to walk over to the kitchen sink and do something, or to go outside and do something, like they're trying to play robot tortures or voodoo torture games. Their government agents need to get prosecuted for their crimes. It's treason in America. And that satellite man's been burning my crotch all fucking day since I got out of bed. And last night when I was sleeping, they were hurting my right arm, and my hand was numb all day long. It was been numb since I got out of bed. And when I was sleeping, my arm was like falling asleep, and I tried to hold it up, still didn't do it. They were still hitting me in this arm, the right hand arm, and my hand. And they've been hitting my fingers like this. Like if I hold my hand like this, the satellite man's been hitting my fingers like this, and on this hand too, like they were trying to break my fingers. Like this one's tender, this one's tender, this one's tender, and this one's tender too. They were hitting like these fingers. They were doing that at work, trying to break my fingers. They've done this at every job I've worked at, trying to break my fingers. For over 22 fucking years, they've been doing this shit. Now look at the size of the nose. Look at how big it looks. See my thumb? See my pinky finger? I use my pinky finger because it's the smallest finger I got, See? See, it looks big, right? Now, that's a fish lens. This is a fish lens camera. You can always tell a fish lens because you see how the back over here, this right here, like here, see the wall? See how the wall goes like this, up in an angle? See how things, see how that up there, it goes like the wood up there? Hang on, however it goes, the wood up here. It goes like this at an angle. This would be straight, like this. You can always tell if it's a fish lens because things in the parameters are altered. You understand that? So, you can tell it's a fish lens because this is a straight piece of wood. Wafer board, It goes across there straight. But in the camera, it goes like this. It goes up in this direction. You see that? But it's factually straight across, straight piece of wood. And if it wasn't a fish lens, then the wood would be straight like this, straight across. But you can tell it's a fish lens again. How? Because it distorts the things in the background. It makes things look closer. It makes things look farther away. It changes the perception of direction of what things are in the background and the foreground. Because it makes, like, if you look at a fish lens, it makes your face, like, your face could be like this. So it's like, it makes it go like this. So it makes, you know, there's music videos like that too. A lot of people know that in reference to music videos and film work. So, you know, in reference to, like, you see how little my nose is? I use my pinky finger because it's my smallest finger. See how little my nostrils are? See that? And that's even after they've been pulling on my face for a long time. They've been pulling on my face and nose for over 22 fucking years, man. They've been hitting me in the nose, burning on my face, damaging my cheeks. They've been damaging my lips. They've smashed this side. But, you know, in reference to a fish lens, you can see, like, this is straight. This is parallel with the table, kind of, you know. I may be off a couple little degrees there, but the wall still goes up, you know, it still goes like up like that. So, you know, in reference to a fish lens, these government people playing their fucking stupid tricks, they're idiots. These satellite controllers obviously have problems with their eyesight. They keep trying to confuse me with somebody else all the fucking time. And the person that they're trying to confuse me with is never a good person. It's always some fucking criminal that does bad things. I've never done no drugs in my entire life. Never been a thief. Never done nothing wrong. And these fucking people have tried to make up shit, slandering my character based on somebody else. And then they make up this shit, and then somebody has to do like a life struggle to say, hey, that's not me, man. All my time is accounted for. Talk about these people trying to put other people's criminal records on me. They've tried to fuck up my looks based on the profile of some criminal. It's attempted murder every day. It is attempts of murder every single day.